Hello and welcome to Kitze episode 39. Today is Thursday, 7th of March, 3:30 p.m. So you're like, what the fuck is going on? You used to record this podcast at night. What is going on here? And I'm going to answer that when I'm done with the intro. In this podcast, I'm talking about my personal self-development journey and trying to make it in life, whatever that means. We're going to discuss habits, routines, pomodoros, work-life balance, fitness, healthy food, life hacks, being a dad, productivity, running startups, creating apps, etc. That's your cup of tea. Walk with me, put on your headphones, put on your shoes, go outside for a walk, and thank me later. If you're new here, my name is Kitze. I'm the founder of Sizzy, the browser for developers, Benji, the Life OS, and Zero to Ship, the course that helps you ship your SaaS using the technology stack I'm using across all of my apps. I'm not going to ask you to send me video questions anymore because I'm trying to reduce overhead. I'm gonna try to simplify things in my life, including this podcast. So I'm not going to optimize the audio anymore for the YouTube version because the YouTube version takes... wait, am I done with the intro? Can we... Yeah, let me just... We're going to do the Benji review and then we're going to jump into talking about the day. So simplifying, I'm going to add that, simplifying podcast, etc. So no more video questions. If you want to send me a comment question, I'll be more than happy to answer that. Actually, someone asked me a question today, wife, fine with whatever. Okay, so sorry that I'm doing... when I say I'm going to simplify things, I mean, I'm not going to prepare as I was preparing for the podcast. It's literally, I'm going to press the record button and start talking without much preparation. Okay, so let's do the quick bench review. Sleep time and sleep score, fucking this up, but working on it today. So I really need to change something because we started, previously it was like going to bed around 10:30 p.m. That was the goal. Now 10 to midnight, we are just watching shows or watching movies or hanging out with my wife, which is not good because then in the morning, she can sleep in a little bit and I have to wake up at 7. I mean, I naturally cannot sleep in more even if I want to. So sleep time and sleep score have been pretty bad, I would say, especially with all the food and shit. Yeah, hydration, let me just share my screen here. I haven't checked any of my habits today, dude. I forgot to do that before the podcast. And maybe we're going to do it live. I don't fucking know. So hydration, yeah, I'm not recording this at the end of the day, so I'm not going to be able to tell you, and it doesn't fucking matter. You're going to see the widget, whatever. Fasting, I'm fucking up by fasting. For a few days in a row, I am not fasting. That's a sign that everything is falling apart. If we're down to the fasting, that's like one of my core, stable traits that I have in my life. If we're done with the fasting, it's a bad fucking sign. Wait, this bad boy here, and how Russia did I say? I had this bad boy whiteboard over here. For people who listen to audio, I have my trusty old whiteboard. And as you can see, I got to 92, dude. Like it was 92 a few days ago. 1 week. All it takes me is 1 fucking week. And now I'm back to 95 kilos. I know it might be, like it's not permanent and it might, whatever, water weight and whatever, dude. But I measured today, it was 95. I couldn't find the marker to write 95. But I've done this cycle since last April. And it's going to be April pretty fucking soon. It's going to be my birthday, 9th of April. I'm expecting gifts. Guess my fucking address. I don't know. Send me something nice to my email. Yeah, subscription to Sizzy or Benji. But I've done this cycle for 1 fucking year. Go to 99, come back to 92, 93, 94, then go back to 99, and just in a fucking cycle. And this time, it's not going to fucking happen. Because this morning, I just measured my weight. Like yesterday, Yesterday, I was going through my tasks. Finally, I was doing some personal tasks, and I got to the task to apply for my body tutor. I told you about that platform that we have some potential collaboration of working with them in Benji and yada, yada, yada. But then I saw the task, and I'm like, dude, this is like $300 per month, and I don't want to pay that amount. I can just do this myself. You know, the cockiness in saying, oh, I can just do this by myself. Oh, I don't need a trainer. Oh, I don't need a guru. Oh, I don't need a therapist. Oh, I don't need something a Benji. Oh, I can just do my to-dos in Apple Notes. You know, the cockiness that I had yesterday, like today, I just hop on the scale. My stomach feels like a fucking roller coaster from eating yesterday. Yesterday night at 10 o'clock, I made sandwiches. For lunch, we had a lentil stew, and I ate 2 fucking garlic breads with it. What the fuck is going on, dude? And then we bought like extra baguettes just in case other people wanted to eat and no one wanted to eat them. And then at night, I felt like I know what is going on. Like I feel emotionally overwhelmed. I feel it's not burnout. It's just I feel like I cannot deal with my emotions and everything happening in life right now. So I'm like, you know what? Let's make a fucking sandwich at 10 p.m. So this morning, I feel like a roller coaster and I go on the scale. It's like 95 and I'm like, I'm not doing this thing fucking again. First thing I do, I go on the computer, I go to mybodytutor.com and I sign up for their monthly plan. And they're like, we're going to send you a questionnaire now of 30 questions. And I'm like, well, no, they didn't say we're going to say, we're going to, whatever I said. They just said, we're going to send you a questionnaire to your email. And I'm like, I'm going to do that later. I'm not going to fucking do the questionnaire now. And I'm like, don't be a donut. This is important. Knowing you, this email is going to get lost somewhere, even though you paid the money. Do the questionnaire now. And I go, and it's in type form, which I hate it. And I hate, like, if you're like, oh, I have a type form clone for you, fuck off. Like, don't. Like, it's the worst way to answer forms because I cannot scroll and see how many things are there. Because if I did, I'm expecting a fucking American citizenship at the end of this shit because it's 50 million fucking questions in the goddamn bloody thing. And then I see Typeform has a progress bar. And after answering, 20, 25 questions, I'm like, there's no way that I'm, it's like 50% done. What the fuck is going on? And I finished the questionnaire and I like it more than Copilot, the app that I tried for training, because Copilot is robotic, meaning they give you a trainer, you have a call, you start working out with them. He sends a button that gives you a push notification. Your trainer, Justin, is cheering you on. Like, that means fucking jack shit. I've pain in my tooth. No, motherfucker. No, don't. I swear that's, like, I'm so close to my breaking point, whatever that is. I've never felt it, dude. I don't think that, a couple of years ago, the anxiety and the panic attacks, it was my breaking point. I'm so very fucking close, even though I don't know what it is. I know that it might have something to do with the farm and leaving devices behind and leaving people like, oh, what happened to Benji? I put my entire life with it. He doesn't need Benji anymore, motherfuckers. No planners, no habits, no routines. Just a toothless fucking dude. I'm gonna, like, if this tooth starts hurting again because of the implant and it falls off, I'm taking all of them. I'll just simplify my eating problems, by not having teeth. And I'll eat just fucking like chocolate, cocoa, oatmeal forever in some farm, just chilling, enjoying the sunrise, enjoying the sunset. Like, I go upstairs right now to take something, and there's so much sunlight in the living room, and I'm like, what am I doing with my life, dude, in this fucking basement, going in cycles? God fucking damn it if this fucking tooth starts hurting. Anyway, so I applied for that thing, and what I like for my body tutor, it seems like they will care more about the overall picture. Like, it's not only about training. I've been working out with a trainer last year, but literally coming home from the gym, I would pick up some sweets and I would eat on the way home. Or I would stop at Subway and I would eat a sandwich. So yes, I was making some gains, and yes, I was building some muscle strength, and I could do more exercises and more weights and whatever. But my end goal of fucking being fit wasn't met because I was sabotaging it with my food. And my previous trainer didn't give a fuck. I mean, he would call me an idiot. He would call me a donut. And that would be it. I mean, he couldn't do more. He was not a coach that takes your overall picture about, like, everything that's going on in life, and not just, I'm going to tell you how to train. I mean, fair enough. He's just going to tell you how to train, and that's what a fitness trainer is. He cannot be also your food coach and your therapist. But this, my body tutor, it seems like they care about the overall picture, judging by the questions. Like, they had so many questions that care more about how did you self-sabotage before? Like, what did you do before to stop your progress? What are the chances of it happen again? And I just draw a giant donut and I put some sprinkles on it. I'm like, there's a giant fucking chance as big as this fucking donut because I'm that donut. But we'll see. Like, this gives me hope. And, we'll see what's going to happen. I signed up for the platform. Regardless of it, I'm still the temporary assistant. I should call it the temp. The temp is looking for a trainer. He sent me a link today that he found a trainer. In the title of the link, it said, like, personal trainer Warsaw. And I am boiling today. Like, dude, I can't wait to get to the day part. And let's finish this fucking review because I'm tired. My computer will lock at 4 p.m. That's another story. Let's see now. Wait, so I already... Am I sharing my screen? No. I already mentioned the weight. That weight is 95, breaking point. Let's see. Workout. No workouts. Hopefully one tomorrow. If I go to sleep on time and if I wake up on time, I'll do a bloody fucking workout even without trainer tomorrow. We'll see. Walking. At some point of my morning, I got so fed up. Like, this desk was a clusterfuck of banana peels and food and water, like, so much, and books and on top of things. And I'm like, fuck it, I need to clean this office again. Like, I brought back the piano, like, here on that side I had... I was trying to bring back the PC because people were like, your stream is laggy and whatever. And I knew I was streaming from this fucking Mac Studio. It wasn't laggy because of the Mac Studio. But it got me pissed off to a point. A couple days ago, I dragged the PC in this room and I'm like, fuck it, I'll just stream from the PC. Even though that's very painful to do, like connecting a cable from your Mac to a capture card of your PC, turning the PC on, making sure that the PC, the OBS is updated, and NVIDIA graphics settings, whatever the fuck. I put the table here, I put another monitor. I did all of that just to do a stream yesterday, no, 2 days ago, and people to tell me that the stream is fine. So today, pull the computer back, remove the table. I don't want to have a PC here. I don't want an extra fucking monitor. Because, first thing, I have a PC here, and I'm like, oh, cool, I'll use this for streaming. Next thing you know, I slowly turn around, and I'm playing Dota all day instead of working. So I did that. I cleaned everything up and I'm like, you know what? Why the fuck did I buy this treadmill? Why did I preach it to people so much that if you get a desk treadmill, it's a threadmill, guy. Fuck off, guy, from a second episode. I was preaching that it's the best thing ever. You can do work and at the same time do walking and whatever. I go on this motherfucking treadmill, dude, and it starts... Wait, where am I? It starts erroring out with an error that's been showing me many times in the past, and I just thought it's going to temporarily go... I thought it's temporary and it's going to go away, because what I've done is... I cannot fucking show you here. But I mentioned this. I mounted like a plastic plate on top of the top part of the treadmill, and I made holes in it for zip ties, so I can, so I can pull the zip tie and basically... not glue it, but I don't know how, to fix that part on top of the treadmill so I can put my keyboard and work. So I thought that the zip ties are moving in a way that they're moving the safety pin, and then the treadmill is like, safety pin touched. And what it does, it abruptly stops, because that's what a safety pin should do on a treadmill. If you not feeling well or whatever, you don't want your treadmill to go from like insane kilometers per hour to like slowly slow back. You just want to pull the pin and it stops completely. But when it stops without you knowing, like I've been walking to Connor Price, just being in my mood. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, I'm breaking the cycle. No one's going to stop me. I'm going to walk. I was ready to walk for 2 hours, I swear to God. And then this motherfucking thing like immediately just abruptly stops. And I'm like, motherfuck. It happens one time. It happened 2 times. It happens 3 times. And I just quit. So I've been walking for I don't even know how fucking long, because I didn't charge my Apple Watch and I don't have fucking stats. So wait, it actually synced the steps from the treadmill. So I have around 9,000 steps. Okay, so I've been walking probably less than an hour, around like 40, 50 minutes, something like that. But it feels like, do you know that GIF, the scene from Malcom in the Middle where the dad goes to fix the garage? Like that's literally, no, he goes to change a light bulb or something? No, I don't know. He needs to fix something. He goes in the garage to get a tool. In the garage, the light doesn't work. He goes to fix the light. Something else is broken. He hears a sound. He's like, let me just fix this. He ends up going to the fucking hardware store, and his wife is coming in the drive, and she's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he's like, I'm changing the fucking light. What does it look like I'm doing? So, dude, I'm that. But if he was like 5 cycles deep, I'm 95 cycles deep, because I created this weave pattern of problems that only me, only myself, like only, okay, Beyonce, make up your fucking mind. Only me, myself, and I can untangle this fucking problem, dude. And I've been weaving it for so long that it seems impossible to know what to fucking focus on in a day, Like I wake up today and I'm like, okay, remove the sprinkles, remove the glazing. You're not going to be a donut today. I don't want, because my wife has been asking me every day, and to answer someone's question, someone on Twitter was like, I have a question for the podcast. Is how does your wife feel about you working all day and whatever? First of all, I don't work all day. I mean, it happened for a week, but after that, now I'm back and I'm stopping with work 4 to 5 p.m. And when she's putting the kid to sleep, like we cannot talk anyway, because if we talk, she's going to wake up. If we watch TV, it's going to be loud. She's going to wake up. So the only thing she can do is just put her to sleep. And then I cannot do anything because the baby's breastfeeding and falling asleep that way. And then she moves it like it's a fucking remote. It moves the baby. She moves her to the crib. So I cannot do much in that time. So I've been using that time. I'm not going to do it today because I realize it's a bad idea to do that. I'm using that time to record the podcast and do other shit. So yeah, to answer your question, my wife is super supportive she just wants to finally see me happy. I think she's never been tired of me to be like, oh, I'm just tired of your shit. She's just like, how are you not tired of your same cycles that you've been going through? So if I tell her, hey, I'm going to work 2 hours per day, she's fine. If I tell her, hey, I'm going to work the entire day, she's fine. She's never been a break in any of my, like whatever I wanted to achieve, she's just been super supportive of it. And she tries to find ways to help me achieve my shit because she really wants to see me happy. But it's far from happening, dude. Like, it's far from fucking happening. As I was saying, like the tangled fucking web. What was I saying? In the morning, yeah, I said I'm not going to be a donut because I'm tired telling, like my wife will ask me every day, hey, how's your work? How was your day? And that question is so fucking complex for me to answer. I'm like, I honestly don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know how I feel. I don't feel satisfied at the end of my workday. Like, do I feel in control of my things? Do I feel like the things are moving forward? Do I think I'm doing the right tasks? Absolutely fucking not. So this morning I was like, you cannot keep going in this cycle. Like, just open, launch, like unlock the computer, Slack. Jan said something, the temp. Zico said something, this guy said something, let me do this, let me do that. And then just ideas pop in my head and I just start working on something randomly. And then the workday is gone. And a lot of times I've achieved things just by following this, just loose structure of working on whatever I feel like. But I realized like I'm more burned out from this than I'm actually happy on most days. So I'm like, today, I'm not going to tell my wife that I'm fucking, I feel like a whiner at this point, honestly. Like every fucking day, I'm like, do fucking something about it. I'm fucking tired of whining. So I was like, what can I do? And then, I just get faced with the question, okay, what do I do because I've been telling people, if you feel overwhelmed and you cannot feel organized and you want to improve your entire life, the easy fix would be to just get Benji Pro, because now the features are on Pro. And then you have all of these features. But it's absolutely not true, dude. I have Benji Pro. I'm the creator of Benji. An app is not going to fix you. An app like that, maybe paired with the right mindset, it can help you. But just the app by itself cannot do jack shit. You see me, like, on some days, I'm not even checking my habits. On some days, I would check in, like I would open Benji for the first time at 11, 12. Like, it's not about the app. It's about the mindset. And it's about, I still feel there's something that can be done from a software side here. Like, I dream of this, dude. That's why I call it the Life OS, because I dream of it just expanding more and more. Like, the desktop app maybe can intercept when you're logging into your computer, and instead of you being a donut and doing random things, like when you log in, Benji goes in full screen and it welcomes you. That's how I imagine computers should welcome you when you start your day. Not just 5 windows from yesterday and an NVIDIA drivers update. I just imagine like, hi, welcome to your fucking day. That's why I did the check-in in Benji. So when you open Benji for the first time, it blocks your Benji window with a check-in. Like, hey, how did you sleep? Here are your planner events for today. Here are your to-dos for the day. Have a good day. Like, that's the check-in. But I think like the check-in can be a bit more. I also added affirmations to the check-in. So I mentioned this, but I've disabled them because they got annoying to me because I'm a fucking donut. So the affirmations were like, here are some things that you need to remember about your life. I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for that. I want to achieve this. I want to achieve that. Now I'm just speed running to the fucking check-in. Yeah, each morning I'm like, I slept bad. I feel awful. Next. And I'm just maybe going to start a Pomodoro, maybe not. I'll just jump into random work. And that's it, dude. But how I imagine computers should be, like my goal with Benji is like a nice welcome. Like everything is grayed out. All of your extra monitors, just one monitor welcomes you and slowly guides you through your day. Like, hey, this is what's been going on. This is what you missed. Maybe here are your emails eventually. Benji has email integration. That's not a very far roadmap. Here are all of your events. Here are the things. How did you sleep? Like, read all of your Apple Health data, knows that you ate bad that previous day or you slept bad. And it tries to auto-filter some things and be like, hey, maybe this is too overwhelming of a task. Let's just plan it for another time. And then it presents you with a clean slate of things to do instead of just randomly being scattered through browser windows and coding windows and whatever. I also want to make another browser. It's been on my list for like way too fucking long. I have a fucking amazing name for it. And I always thought like I can make Benji like 2 parts, part productivity app, part browser, but I don't want to do that. I just want to build a browser one day that's tightly integrated to Benji, which has all of your to-dos, planners, health data, and whatever. Especially for people who are ADHD-ish, who cannot just properly focus. The amount of tabs that I have in random spaces in Arc, people are like, Arc can help you organize his space, not with people who are hectic. Like I see also Zico. He has a space called, I don't know, work, and in the space he has fucking YouTube and a bunch of like 35,000 other things because that's what we do. We just go to the browser, Command T, and open a tab there. We don't think like, is this the right thing to be working on? Am I working on the task that I said that I'm going to work on? So I was thinking something like, when you start a Pomodoro and you do something like you say, I'm going to work on this task, like the browser can actually know and just clean all of your tabs and be like, okay, these are the tabs for this task. And if you try to open something else, maybe ChatGPT can read the title and the source of the page and it can be like, nah, it seems like this is related to Breath of the Wild Zelda and you're trying to read random shit about Jay-Z. So no, and it's not even going to allow you to open that tab, or it's going to allow you, but it's going to put it somewhere else. So when you're done with your Pomodoro, you can go back to your tab. Anyway, I just started talking way too much about the solutions that I have in mind, but the reality is none of this exists. So I have to rely on my routines and habits. So at night, we have a mindful routine to actually close all of the browser tabs, close all the chats, to rely on Cold Turkey Blocker, which I reinstalled today because I think I uninstalled it because I had to fight invoices. Like always when it comes time to fight invoices, because my assistants are still not trained to fucking do that. I just uninstall Cold Turkey Blocker because it takes one command. I just go Command-Shift-Space, Cold Turkey Blocker, Command K, uninstall, buy. And it's that easy, dude. And then I haven't installed it for a week and I found myself, I'm like, I'm stronger than this. I'm not even going to open YouTube. And next thing you know, it's like, Mr. Beast did something. It's so fucking stupid. So today I reinstalled it. I turned off the iPad. I put it upstairs in a room because I'm just fucking, like, anytime you think, oh, I'm done with, addictive things like social media and whatever, you're fucking not. And I know that no matter where I put, I'm not sure if I had the podcast back then. Dude, when I was quitting Dota, like, I was at a point where I was playing all fucking day during this winter. Literally all day I would wake up, sneak downstairs, and just play fucking Dota. So I was at a point, I'm like, you know what? Fuck this PC. I was ready to throw it in the trash. I plugged all the cables. Let me look at the clock. This is 4 p.m. fucking the PC locks. Until tomorrow, I won't have access to this fucking work computer. But I was like, but what if I need whatever? I'm like, you don't need your work computer after 4 p.m. You have a laptop, have your phone. We will configure those, but you're not going to go back to work or record a podcast after 4 p.m. This locks using the frozen turkey feature of cold turkey, and you get it 8 o'clock next day. So if you wake up early, good fucking luck. You cannot fucking work. I remember waking up early once and I was so desperate because everything was locked. I took the Oculus Quest, which is a horrible fucking device, even 3. I have the 3. I put it on my head, I paired a keyboard, and I just opened the browser and started doing some work. What the fuck are you doing, dude? I just cannot deal with the fact that that's the time for either sleeping or mindfulness. You cannot fucking work at 6 o'clock. You're down. My parents-in-law aren't here, I shouldn't yell, but whatever, dude. I went on so many fucking tangents. Let's just go back to the PC. I unplugged the PC, all the cables. I wrapped them around the keyboard, the mouse. Like, I put everything in a fucking basket. And first of all, I unplugged the cables thinking that would be enough. Next thing you know, a few hours later, I just feel this emptiness, after, oh shit, what did I do with myself now? I'm just too high on Dota. You're like, oh, what am I going to do? Play another game? What am I going to do? Stare in the distance? Talk to humans? Fuck that. So I went downstairs, plugged the cables back in, dude. And that night, I stayed, I think it was the first vaccine of my daughter. And my wife was like, we need to wake up often just to check her temperature and shit. And I'm like, say no more, fam. And I took, I never drink energy drinks in my life, but I saw Prime from Logan Paul for the first time in my city back then. And I just wanted to try it once, and it was once and never again. It's fucking disgusting, dude. I don't know how people drink that. Anyway, I'm not sure if I had the podcast back then. Probably not. And I stayed the entire night watching over my daughter. I was going upstairs. Like, after every game, I was going upstairs and taking her temperature with 3 different thermometers because psycho. Thankfully, she was fine, but I stayed until the morning playing, and I was like, you know what, fuck this computer. I took the computer, unplugged all the cables, and I dragged it 3 floors, like from this floor, middle floor, top floor. I put it in a corner of the room. Guess what I did the next day, dude? I couldn't believe myself. I went upstairs, and I took the goddamn fuck computer, dragged it downstairs, plugged it back in, and I was playing again. So I'm like, this is not good. And even, I don't know how I found a way to just block the computer, maybe cold turkey or whatever. Guess what I did? I installed Dota on this fucking Mac Studio, which was supposed to be for work. So I'm just tired, dude. I'm just tired that there's no fucking turnkey solution for this shit. When you say, I don't want to procrastinate, I want to sleep at 10 o'clock. There should be a fucking turnkey solution that you can, because I started paying $300 per month on my body tutor because I was desperate. I was really desperate. I'm like, okay, at least the fitness part, I'm going to fix it this way. Fuck the money. That's like the one of the core things in my life. It needs to be fixed. Fuck it. But even if you want to say sleep is the most important thing, fuck it. There's no fuck it. There's no turnkey. You can install an app, uninstall it. You can, like, I had this app that I told you about. It's called AppBlock. And finally, I'm like, oh, wow, this is even better than Apple's screen time. And I had all of these rules here in AppBlock. The camera doesn't focus, whatever. That stupid websites are blocked all day, and this is limited, and blah, blah, blah. But guess what you can fucking do, dude? And I figured this out. Unfortunately, you can go in screen time. And then in screen time, Apple, the donuts, have this screen. Apps with screen time access. And you can just click on this toggle. No questions asked. No pin, no nothing. And you can just disable AppBlock. Good job, Apple. And this is killing me that every time I find a solution for things, like, I get back to this point where, it's like too easy to disable the thing. So I was back to the iPad. Like, I turned it off this morning, and I logged in back to Come Back Later. Come Back Later is the app that I made for browsing Twitter 5 minutes every hour. And I'm like, this is how you're going to browse Twitter. It's not going to be in the iPad because it's too addictive. The iPad can be anywhere with me. I take it during breakfast, during lunch, like during all, like, it's just a very portable device. And I'm like, it's only going to be during working hours. You're going to check Twitter for 5 minutes every hour on the computer. And I took the iPad upstairs, and I'm like, if I drag the PC down, probably at some point of this day, I'm going to be exhausted enough to be like, you know what, let's just... The reason why I didn't have this iPad for so long, even though I bought it for myself, is I got to a breaking point where I'm like, I'm so tired of these blockers and screen time and bugs and whatever that I just formatted the bloody thing and I gave it to my wife as a gift. Now, year and a half, maybe later, I was like, can I have the thing? I want to have an entertainment device. And we were supposed to set a block on the fucking thing. We set the block on the fucking thing. She set the passcode to the fucking thing. And Apple, like, for some reason is buggy. And you can just hold an app. And when you launch it, like, on the bottom menu, it says, like, disable limit for this day. And guess what I've been doing? We set the limit 2 days ago, and I was happy about it. And since then, I've just been disabling the limit. Anyway, dude, I'm just tired. I'm tired of talking about this shit. But I'm venting, and I'm talking on the podcast just for someone to help in a way with solutions. Because a lot of times I see people, hey, I'm struggling with screen time. And I give them the tip of, you can give your screen time password to something else. And they're like, holy shit, I never thought of this. I'm just waiting for answers. Don't give me those donut emojis. Everyone with like donut emoji or comments that says first. Give me fucking solutions, dude. I know the solution is not in blocking things, but I really don't fucking know. Yeah, so there's more things that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, so when I went to the computer, I got into this panic mode of like, I cannot repeat the cycle, but I'm helpless and I don't know where to start. Like, which is the right task to work on to untangle this web? So I don't fucking know, because I started making Benji to help me untangle me from things. But for example, I need a goals feature. Like, what are my goals to be connected to habits, to to-dos, to other shit? But who's going to build the feature? I need to build the feature. Do I go today and build a feature while a lot of other shit is on fire? Like, I have invoices to pay and I have this and that. The email is like not delegated to the temp assistant. I got to take care of so many things. And I just feel guilty of coding this new feature because it's going to take a while to implement goals. And on the other hand, like, I think it will help me to prioritize better. I think it will help me, because I thought that way for all the fucking things that I coded in Benji. Have they helped me that much? I'm kind of back to square one. I named the episode from 2 days ago back to square one. This is back to square -5, dude. I had abandoned all of my fucking habits. So I went into this panic mode. I have a document. I have a project called Getting Life Back, but it's not a project. It's a to-do list. It's like, it has too many things. And I'm like, okay, how do I break this down into some useful chunks that I can actually start completing to whatever this Getting Life Back means? What I mean by this is like, sleep well, eat well, sleep on time, wake up on time, be fulfilled with work. That's what I mean by getting life back, because right now I don't have any of that shit. So I just started, I'm going to show you this like little graphic that I started making, because I've thought about this a billion times in the past. So these are like these 3 things. Of course, the arrows don't connect, because fuck all of these drawing apps, dude. I hate all of them. Like, I use this one called TL Draw just because in the Excalibur, in the other one, the canvas was already full and I don't know what to do with it. Like, save it as a file, save it in the cloud. It's paid. Fuck all of them is what I'm saying. So I started this because it was just an empty canvas. So I'm just too aware how these 3 things are crucial. So this is the pyramid. Like, this is not even all the things, but these are the top thing that says the actual product is the only thing that I'm working on, which is fucking stupid, dude. Like, I'm only working on the actual product, like some feature in Benji, and then I'm expecting things to happen, like the goals to be solved. I want to get to 85 kilos. I want to pay off this house. None of that shit is going to happen. First of all, we need the base, and the base is food, like clean eating, my stomach feeling fine, and I made it so far. Like, it's been almost 2 months of me feeling great, stomach feeling fine, not overeating, having enough cheat meals, but that's how I start. I just start with what can be with 1 pizza per week? Nothing, right? Eventually I end up with eating sandwiches at 10 p.m. So, but I know this is the basis. The food needs to be good. No bread, soda, alcohol, sweets. I want all of that banned, and no food after 5 p.m. I want to do my fasting. Basically, I want to eat lunch, finish with lunch, and that should be it for the rest of the day. Then we have fitness. I want to keep doing this, 10,000 steps and 3 workouts per week. And I group these 2 in, like, they're solved by my body tutor plus hiring a personal trainer. The trainer is going to be scheduled 3 times per week, prepaid for every month. My body tutor, I'm going to have calls with them. I'm going to have accountability partner. We're going to send them my screenshots of my food and a bunch of other shit. Maybe we're even going to do the Benji integration. And that part is solved. Now we have sleep and control of digital devices. Like, these 2 are fucking killing me, because I'm trying to find ways to gamify this, to basically maybe to place a bet with someone, maybe to have some API reading my Aura ring, and if I don't have enough sleeping hours, it just locks the computer for the next day, or just to have something that forces me at 10 o'clock, at 9:30 to be like, oh, sleep time is soon, and not to be like, oh, it's time to, spend time and watch movies and shows. So I know that this is crucial, to be in bed at 10 p.m. Whether I read or I don't read, if I read, it's going to be 15 minutes maximum, then I fall asleep. And then waking up at 7 a.m., 1 hour morning routine, and then doing work. Like, I know that this is crucial, the sleep part. But the sleep part is influenced by this. Control of digital devices. They should be blocked after a certain hour of the day. So I did it with this computer. The iPad is turned off. The phone locks in a pretty... I mean, there's no way to bypass the things on the phone. So that's nice. And I just have to figure out what to do with the iPad. And then what to figure out if I just decide not to use digital devices. I can just go play a solo board game. I can go make Legos. I can go... I can do stuff that's physical stuff that's nothing to do with digital devices, but I think I have a fix for this. I started implementing all these solutions today, but in a very scattered way. I wasn't consistent to just pick one lane and just go in it. So I put a door sensor on the cinema room that I call, like the gaming media room. And I have a door sensor on this office room. And I have a sensor in the hallway that detects movement here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have, and this sounds crazy, but fuck it, dude. I'll get where I want to get whatever way I find. And this is my way. You know, I'm like Sinatra. Fuck, 5 minutes left. I got to stop it. That's it. 5 minutes left. So my idea is, and I actually had part of this implemented. I just disabled it over the holidays and 3 months later, right? Basically at 9:45 p.m., my home assistant starts spamming me on my phone and he starts speaking on the speakers. Lock down the office, lock down the office, lock down the office until I lock down the office. So I have to go here and close this door. But because I hate home automation, it's such a pain in the ass. I wasn't persistent enough to properly finish this to have more consequences. For example, a bit dangerous because my wife might murder me. If there's movement in any of these rooms after whatever o'clock, we blast an alarm in the baby room. Not a very loud alarm that can damage her hearing, but enough, just turn on the lights and just play some music to wake her up. Then I'm playing with the stakes of my wife murdering me. And I'll never even think of being downstairs or doing something. So for today, what I did is I put the projector in a smart plug and I'm going to make it turn off every night at 10 p.m. And then I'm going to do the motion sensors and the doors. The voice is going to start spamming. The doors need to be locked and there cannot be any movement here after 10 p.m. So that's step one. Then we have upstairs where we have a fucking TV. Dude, it never fucking ends. It never fucking ends. But anyway, now let me just show you the rest of the graphic because you might be like, what the fuck? This is what I love focusing on as a maker, the actual product. This is what I fucking hate. And this is the part that sells to most people. Landing page. It needs to be fucking beautiful. Benji doesn't even have a proper landing page. Sizzy is not that beautiful. Then you have help center. Finally, Shivam redid the help center for Sizzy. And Benji doesn't have a help center or any tutorials. Like, I need to work on this. Changelog. I've been maintaining a changelog for a while. I stopped doing it for whatever reason. People like seeing changelogs. And not that they only like seeing changelogs. They like seeing changelogs with nice gradients. So when someone posts, here's version of, I don't know, Raycast 3.9, and the meta image on Twitter is like this beautiful gradient, and you go on the thing, has animations and everything. It just sells you more in the product. Even if you're using the product already, it just makes you feel like, yeah, this is worth paying money. I'm not doing that shit. If you share a Sizzy changelog, probably the link meta image is broken because whatever. Me and Zico are going to have a, excuse. Oh, it was the React server components, but it's ugly at the end of the day. So we have changelog, we have YouTube channel. Benji doesn't have a YouTube channel. Sizzy has a dead YouTube channel. I'm not uploading anything. Daily shorts, I want to start doing this just to educate people on my product. And then weekly tutorials to at least once per week go into a deeper tutorial like, hey, here's a use case for Sizzy. It doesn't have to be like 30 minutes long. It can literally be 10 minutes long, but just to find a use case and explain to people, this is how you can use Sizzy. And to me, it feels like none of these things that they don't make that much of a difference. Just make the app amazing. It's absolutely not that. And then I have these three things which sell me when I see a product, and I know that they sell a lot of people. Like I see their reactions on Twitter. Like someone will post you post a transparent blurry element on top of a Mac wallpaper. Like take any orange Mac wallpaper, take an app and just make some parts of it blurry. That's it. People are just throwing money your way. I want to say, I don't know why, but it works on me too. You see something, you're like, God damn, that's fucking beautiful. Like the functionality of the product cannot sell you more than the fucking design. And I've been failing in that part. I'm like, but look at the functionality that we have. It doesn't fucking matter. It has to be beautiful. It has to be functional. Fancy screen studio recording. This works. I've been lazy. I've been using CleanShot for my recordings. And I'm just too lazy to fire up Screen Studio and make a nice screencast. And then gradients. More gradients everywhere. So I'm just skipping all of this and working on actual products, like skipping proper food, proper fitness, proper sleep, not doing any of these marketing and salesy things, working on the actual product and asking myself, why is my life this way? I have to stop, guys, because my computer is going to lock at 4 p.m. I'm not going to uninstall cold turkey blocker this time. I have way too many things to talk about, but I'm going to take this chunk of things that I didn't talk about today, and I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. I said I'm going to keep the podcast raw, so no video questions. If you have a comment question, you can leave it in a comment or send me a DM or whatever. I'm going to upload the video without massaging the audio, without making the audio nicer, because it is what it is. I cannot have professional production for this. Fuck it. The transistor version, the one that's like the audio version of the podcast, will actually have proper audio because that takes only a few minutes. But I'll try to simplify things just so I don't waste time on this. And I'm going to try to record it. Right now, it's like 1 minute to 4 p.m. The computer locks at 4 p.m. I'm done with the podcast. I just drag the file into YouTube Studio. It starts uploading, and I go and spend some family time. Later, maybe do some personal tasks. But I want to have this chunk where from 4 p.m. to basically until I go to sleep, I want to have some free time. So that's it. I got to turn off. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Dota.